The Aftermess.
All right, here we go. Broadcasting live. I've never seen JD more happier.
Guys.
The Caucasians on the show are going crazy right now. It's the Morning Mess. Time for the Aftermess podcast on location from the 16th host. You got Joey Boy.
What up, it's JD.
And it's Sienna.
And producer Jules.
All right. So, JD, you had a term when we walked in, and you told me and Sienna and Jules that you are so excited. How excited are you to be here?
On a scale from 1 to whiter woods, as pale as it can get. No, I'm very excited. I mean, this is like my Super Bowl. This is, you know, if not just in the golf community, I feel like this is Arizona's Super Bowl every year.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's the Waste Management Open. We're in the Coliseum.
Coliseum.
16th hole. I mean, this is notorious. This is worldwide.
You know how drunk Jules has been every year to try to get into the 16th hole? When we walked in, she was like, this is what it looks like.
This is as fast as I've ever gotten to the 16th hole.
Yeah.
How many times have you tried to get in here?
I bet years. I've never been allowed inside of this part.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Jules? What do you think?
It's great. It's beautiful.
It's different sober, right? It's pretty
Yeah, it
crazy.
is.
I was going to say, this is the first time I remember being in here.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. I don't know why they're segregating us. They put the Latinos on this one and the white golfers on that one. What was the deal with that? Was that,
Yeah,
was that planned, Disney?
stereotypical.
No?
If you
I
ask
don't know.
me.
The sun may be a better angle on this end.
Is that what it is?
Because
Yeah.
we're brown, we need more lighting.
You guys couldn't golf if it wasn't for our people landscaping this. I'll tell you that much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? You're a fact giver. You guys were quick.
What do you got to say about that?
No, I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due.
I'm
So many memories here, man.
Yeah.
Like, just so many.
Now, we're going to be talking to the Thunderbirds. They're going to be coming in here. Some of the guys we know, some of the guys we just met. Excited to talk. I have so many questions for them. So many questions for the Thunderbirds. Now, I know one of the things, like every year they have like a chairman. They put on like kind of like their dream concert. How cool is that? Like, that's like us. All right, let's play the game. Y'all ready to play the game?
Yes, sir.
Let's say all of us, every year, we took turns, almost like the Olympics. There's 4 of us, right? Every 4 years, you got to plan your dream concert, okay? Say you get 3 nights. I know there's like 4 or 5, but say you get 3 nights. Who is your dream lineup for your 3 nights? Okay?
Okay.
Think about it. JD, you got yours?
I mean, I could just spitball because I feel no matter what I say is going to be incredible.
Whiter Woods,
Like,
what do you
yeah.
got? What would be your
Okay,
dream
okay.
lineup?
So
We're going to talk to
let's,
Adler soon. Adler's up this year.
Yeah, listen up, guys. So let's go. I'm going to go Calvin Harris.
Calvin Harris.
Because I want to hear We Found Love really, really bad. One of the
Right.
greatest songs ever. I think Rihanna even could come out. You know what I mean? So, like, she would be sub. You know what I mean? So it'd be
Sub?
it'd be
You don't
Calvin
think
and
Rihanna could have her
I'm
own
kidding,
night?
man. I'm kidding. She would just be a special guest. You know, she'd just be like around.
Right.
And so it'd be Calvin Harris night 1. If I'm gonna go country, I love Tim McGraw.
Right.
I'm like a more of the older school country. I like the new school as well. So I'm gonna go Calvin Harris. I'm gonna go Tim McGraw.
Okay.
And then I probably need like a throwback band, right?
Okay.
I'd get the Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys. That actually would sell out, actually.
Yeah.
It really would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fire.
All right. That's JD. Cien's.
Did we need to go in the category of how it's normally planned? Like,
This is your
dream.
year. You're the
Okay.
chairman. Sienna's the chairman this year. Whatever. 3 nights, whatever you want to do.
Girly pop,
Okay.
girly pop, girly pop.
it could be all girly pop. No, but okay, so I was going to say Calvin Harris, though, because I feel like that's the crowd. A lot of people like that, but he does have a mix with girly pop music, like Rihanna, Katy Perry. So I like Calvin Harris. And then, I mean, my obvious choice is going to be Taylor Swift because I love Taylor Swift, but I want to go Justin Bieber.
Bieber.
I feel like
Bieber.
Bieber making a comeback.
Bieber's Bird's Nest.
Yeah.
Oh
There you
my
go.
Let's make it
gosh.
happen.
I love that.
Wow.
And then I have to get a little ratchet, so I would say Meg the Stallion.
Meg the Stallion.
Yes, I want to be on
Okay.
the stage up there
Yes.
dancing with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good lineup. Solid. Producer
I don't
Jules.
feel good now.
no,
How
no.
do I
Stick
follow
to your
any of this
guns.
up?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I'm gonna go in categories, I guess I'm my like rap person, like J. Cole, if I could see him, but I want like a 2014 Forest Hill Drives like era
Okay.
J. Cole.
Okay. He would
and
have to do that
then-
album.
Just that album.
Perform that
Yeah,
album.
if you could just do that album front to
It's
back.
her
She's
year.
overrated now, is what she's saying.
Wow.
I
That's crazy.
didn't say that.
Okay, J.
Okay,
Cole's
whatever.
a good one.
You listen to bad music. My second, I think for more like EDM, I would have to go like Dom Dalla.
Dom
I don't know if you
Dalla.
guys know who Dom Dalla is, but
Interviewed
he's on
him
the
one
come
time,
up.
yes, I
He's
interviewed him one
the
time,
best.
yeah.
I love him, and he brings such a good energy and a good vibe. I know he was at Decadence in Arizona last month.
Mm-hmm.
And then country-wise, I would have to go Thomas Rhett.
Thomas
Thomas
Rhett.
Rhett would be
Love me
good.
some Thomas Rhett.
Luke
Right.
Combs would be good too. Just to
Luke
throw out a country one
Combs.
because I didn't throw that in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
that.
Yeah, just throwing Country Thunder
What
at this
about
point.
you,
Yeah.
buddy?
Me, I would do, because I feel like I followed this dude when he went from the transformation to country. I would do Jelly Roll.
Okay.
I would do Jelly Roll. I like Jelly Roll. He was like a hip hop artist and he went country. Then I really like, honestly, to be honest with y'all, I really like an EDM state. I really like Swedish House Mafia.
I see what this
love
guy's doing.
Swedish House Mafia.
Oh.
And let's
Kiss
throw a
ass.
throwback night.
Okay.
Let's throw, like, you guys are going to say, like, Nelly and Flo Rida. I would do Nickelback.
That's an all-timer, brother.
That-
I'll tell
All-timer.
you
That would
right
be
now.
crazy.
Iconic.
Yes,
an all-time.
absolutely.
Iconic. I know there
think
one.
the Thunderbirds could never.
They could
Let's
never
just-
pull that
let's
off.
just be honest. If you
Never.
did that lineup,
They
they
couldn't
could
get that
never.
lineup. It
Yeah,
wouldn't
no,
happen.
you're
Their
right.
dream lineup.
It's their
Yeah.
dream line. Well,
You're
we're going to
so
talk to
right.
Adler in a hot second if he needs to put that on, or any. Actually, he could choose which one of us has the best lineup. We leave that up to Adler, who's the chairman of this year.
You know,
okay?
I think JD should just DJ the
What
whole
if-
thing.
What a dickhead! I thought this was going to be an honest bit, and that's
This
what
is
you planned
honest.
this entire time.
We're going to ask Adler who has the best lineup.
Okay.
Right? That's a good transition, right?
Yeah, no, it's a great
They're
transition.
still trying to
out.
put it together. Huh?
You don't count.
Why?
You're
Come
out.
on, man.
Why? Oh, mine is better? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
how do you throw somebody out of golf? Can you do that?
Huh?
Like, do you throw people out of golf, like in baseball
Oh,
games?
they do
Like,
that
"You're
here all
outta
the time.
here."
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
get
You're-
ejected?
you're outta here.
You get ejected from a golf tournament. How does that work?
You're done.
I just kindly escort you out at golf
It's
events.
because you're Latino.
Yeah, is that what it is? Julie's red carding me. Like, that's wrong sport. What the hell?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the dream lineup. That's what they do here every year. And it's going to be not only Bird's Nest. I got so many questions about the actual tourney. There's some different rules this year, how to enter this year. What else, JD? We had so many things we were talking about. You know what my big question is? I want to know, how do I become a Thunderbird?
Right.
I feel like I'm a staple in the community.
You know what?
I want to wear a belt with turquoise.
Is that the goal?
That's my goal. How
I mean,
do
we
I?
did see you in boots and jeans.
Yes.
You pulled off the fit well. I feel like we could add to it.
Yes.
It really
Where'd I
would
go?
work.
I went shopping at where?
I
Where I
don't
got the
know.
hat. Something. Where'd I go?
Ranch.
Kimes Ranch.
I went to
Ranch.
Kimes Ranch,
Kimes
and I got
Ranch.
the fit. Is that what I wear? Should I wear Kimes Ranch?
Yes. Country boy Joey gotta come out.
Country Boy Joey is coming
For
out.
sure.
What
All
I
right.
mean, you've been. I was in Boston the last 8 or 9 years. What has been your favorite memory in the last decade from like Bird's Nest, from Waste Management? Give me just a throwback all-time memory.
One of my favorite moments when one year they had Blink 182.
Yeah.
And I was backstage and Travis Barker walked by me. I'm like, drummer God. And then Steve Aoki, they had a song together. They performed a
Really?
song together. Then Aoki went on. You know what that means. You have to run to the front of the stage. I had not the cake in front of me. I'm not going to try to lie, but I had some particles of cake on me.
Wow.
Yeah, it would. That one, Blink and Aoki, was memorable. That was crazy. That was awesome.
Yeah, this is
Very cool.
definitely this is the one time of year where you are just expecting to be seen, especially the ladies. This is a fashion. This is going to be a fashion
Right.
week.
Right.
Fellas, I know I always see the most expensive sunglasses whenever I come to this event.
Is that how they flex?
Yeah, the
Okay.
sunglasses is a massive
Interesting.
flex.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the costumes, obviously. Yeah, I mean, there's so much
Most of
stuff.
them wearing glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Who do you think has the
friend.
most expensive glasses of the Thunderbirds right now?
Yeah, let's play the game.
Yeah, let's play the game.
Oh, they're pointing.
Yeah, they're all pointing it. All right, we're gonna talk.
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure this out, man. All right. Well, we're gonna talk to the Thunderbirds. So many questions. I'm from LA. How do I get jumped into the Thunderbirds? And that's what we do. You know that. How do I get jumped in? Do you get jumped in? We gotta find out. How do I become a
It's a secret
Thunderbird?
society, brother. I don't
Right,
know. I'm
right.
a little. There's a little bit of fear. They like,
Of?
scare me a little bit. The Thunderbirds scare me a
Do
little
they?
bit. It's like an
just
underground
chilling.
society. Yeah, that's what they want you to come off. That
Sienna,
they're
maybe
super
we can
charitable.
be
I don't
the
know.
first women.
Oh yes, I'm
Oh,
so
ladies?
down.
Okay.
I'm so down. I have a lot of cute outfits. I
Yes.
could really pull
We can
off
get
if
some
I was a
nice
part of
sunglasses.
it. Yeah, we could get
Start
expensive
taking it
sunglasses.
in.
Yes,
I love it.
I'm down.
Perfect.
Good idea.
Yep.
JD rolled his eyes on that. You know what JD
I did
does.
not roll my eyes on
Wow.
that.
Right
JD
there.
hates women.
Stop that. America's back. All right.
All right, simmer down over there.
All right, we are live from the 16th hole. We got the Thunderbirds up next. Got all those questions and more. The Morning Mess, the After Mess podcast, y'all. Okay, we're back. After Mess podcast, Morning Mess, Joey Boy.
What up, is JD?
And it's Sienna.
We are here with the Thunderbirds. Make some
Yeah,
noise,
baby!
everybody.
Let's go!
All right, fellas, introduce yourself left to right.
That's right.
Jason Goldman, and my job this year is sales and marketing.
Nice.
Mike Bianco, I'm in charge of concert in the Coliseum this year.
Nice.
Jason Adler, I am the chairman of the Bird's Nest.
Okay, so listen, before we turned on these mics, we were talking about they're sparing no expense and they're doing everything they can to make the 16th hole perfect. Now, I don't know if you could see this, Disney, in the back. This little machine back here, if it's not bright enough or the sun's not out, that thing actually lights up so it acts like sunlight. Is that what we heard?
Yeah, correct. Right.
So is it just...
So that part of the tee box only gets about an hour and a half of sunshine in the winter, based on obviously the path of the sun.
Got you.
So to keep it alive, since the structure's up for over a month and a half,
Okay.
it
So,
needs sunlight.
so 16th hole obviously is a big deal. Not only that, Sienna, we heard they have fake...
Yeah, they have fake coyotes, and there's like a laser going around so the ducks don't eat the edge of the grass.
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. All that stuff. Got to keep
What
the birds
the
away.
hell?
A lot of bird poop. You don't want that.
You don't want that. What?
So the
who
fake
thinks of
coyote's
these
actually
things?
for Jason Adler. He just likes coyotes.
Why are you giving out my secrets? Come on now.
So, like, literally, is their crew putting out fake coyotes out every night? Or do they
Yeah,
just
I mean,
stay
the
there?
TPC, they do a great job managing this course. And I mean, that's their job year
Oh, yeah, it's
round,
like-
but to
it's
keep
like
it pristine. So
manicured.
they've
It's
got
crazy how
there's a lot of
perfect it is.
science that goes into, all the turf management and just everything they do. So
Right.
that's one of the tricks.
And a lot of people travel here specifically because I've played here once when this wasn't all set up, but obviously in the golf community and just people that normally watch, this is an all-time. It's kind of like the 7th hole at Pebble Beach. You got the ocean. I'm like speaking just gibberish to you guys
it's like
right now.
speaking to a brick wall over here. You have to.
There's just
tell.
there's just iconic holes in the world, and 16th hole is definitely one of those. And so, what was I gonna say?
I don't
man?
know.
I think you were trying to say this is like
No,
Coachella.
I'm just saying.
JD,
No. Okay. I got you.
JD's flying right now.
I am. I think just people are so excited, like when they get here,
Right.
And it's not cheap to play here, and so they like can't wait to get to this hole. So people play all the way up until how long until the tournament is what I was going to ask
the
you
last
guys.
foursome is on Friday before the concert in the Coliseum.
Which is crazy because a lot of courses will close,
Okay.
you know what I mean, to get ready for
Right,
the
right, right.
tournament. Whereas like they just let people play and get to experience this where I think if someone who was just random was like, well, I want to play the 16th hole when it's like this.
So the biggest thing here is obviously hole in one.
Obviously,
Right?
yes.
Right. Who's the biggest celeb that hit the hole in one here on the 16th hole?
Ooh.
I don't think there's a
don't know if any
celeb.
I don't
celebs
think
have
we
hit
No
it.
one's hit a hole
We
in
had
one
a
here.
pro
celeb.
golfers hit
Obviously,
it, but-
we've had a few PGA professionals that were able to pull it off. Obviously, there is a list of the professionals right there on that statue, but celebs,
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
I think we had a robot that hit it once.
Oh,
A robot hit the hole in one once.
And then we've had some celebrities that have actually hit it like up into the stands pretty nicely. So I remember at least Wahlberg did one time. It was pretty
I have
impressive.
actually a pretty fun story. So we were here actually with Felix. That we had a bee problem while we were setting up the concert in the Coliseum. It was
Okay.
before Maroon 5 was playing, and all we're picturing is Adam Levine getting absolutely smashed by a few bees. So we're out here, and everything was set up. The stage was set up, and all of a sudden I look on the tee box, and it's John Rahm, J.J. Watt, Michael Phelps are on the tee box, and they played the hole while the stage was up. And hit onto it. And Rahm obviously put it to like 5 feet over people working over the thing. And J.J. Watt and Michael Phelps both hit, and I'll say they did not. They almost killed me. Pretty amazing side little stories that this venue has for sure.
That's great.
Who's going to be in the Pro-Am this year?
That's a good question.
We have not fully released it. I know that we always have some Arizona legends.
Breaking news!
Yeah.
Breaking news!
Breaking news.
now.
Thunderbolt coming in.
And Larry Fitzgerald, I know for sure, signed
Larry
up.
the legend.
Yeah, Emmett Smith has always been.
He's a crowd favorite, yes.
He's a crowd favorite. There's a few bigger ones that are coming for
Nice.
sure, but I believe it gets released this Friday.
Okay, awesome. Back to Adler. Adler, we told you our dream concert lineup for the Bird's Nest. Obviously, you're responsible for this year's Bird's Nest. I don't know if you have it all said and done, but when you heard ours, who had the best lineup, Adler?
Originally I was going to go with JD, but
Yeah.
then I
Yeah.
saw what he's wearing, and I decided we can't go with anything
What are you
JD
talking about?
decides.
This is as golf as it gets, man.
I'm going to have to say your lineup was probably
Pretty fire,
I
right?
have to agree with that.
Come on, Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Come on.
Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan.
Yes, we got Nickelback.
Nickelback as a throwback, and then sweet.
And you just threw in the random Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah.
That was just amazing, man.
Coincidental, if you ask me. I
Off
don't know.
the top.
Very coincidental.
Very coincidental.
Yeah. And then they have hits like what, JD?
Gonna say the word tonight.
Don't you?
Worry, won't you worry, child? See, I'm on it, dog.
He's a DJ.
Yeah.
Ooh, I almost shit my pants there, man. I hate when he does that to me, man.
JD, are you attempting a hole-in-one today?
I think I'm gonna try to do like 5. So people come in between, so we don't want to get in the way, right? But it'll probably only take me 1 try.
Whatever.
That white flag right here, that's a hole-in-one right there.
Yes.
You're 5.
You're such a stupid golf person.
I don't know golf.
Is that the little flag there? Is that what you?
That's the hole-in-one.
I say all of
Have
us.
you ever hit one?
I say
No,
all of
I've
us
never hit
birds
one.
give you $500 each if you do it.
What was that?
I'll give you a
500
grand.
each.
I'll throw in a grand.
Hold on, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking.
You got
Okay.
$1,000 go to there.
Okay, so-
500.
Okay, so
You're
out of
1,000?
5, out of 5, I'm gonna hit 5 of them. If I get a hole-in-one, then I want my own suite here at the Open.
I can't do that, but I can give you a grand.
$500
I'll tell you
each,
what, we
that's
can let
pretty good.
Jules come into the 16th hole during the tournament.
$500
I'll tell you
each.
what.
Do I have that from you guys?
500.
Yeah, 100%.
Hole-in-one, $500.
Now hold on. What is it if you don't make it?
Well,
out of 5.
Oh,
if I don't make it, then
You never wear that outfit again.
only on Sundays.
well then I have to float on 17. I have to be in the river on
We
17.
don't want that.
Okay, we don't
We've
want
seen
that.
Do you guys need like a caddy for the day?
We're
or do
gonna
you guys
dress
need-
him up like a coyote and make him chase away the geese.
I have to be a geese chaser for a day.
Bet. Shake on it. You got to shake
Yeah,
on
all right.
it. All right.
I'll
That
be a
is a good
geese
bet.
chaser
You'll
for the
be a
day.
geese chaser.
Shit.
$500.
Why do I always lose in these, man? Don't
Oh, you're
worry.
already
Listen,
doubting
be
yourself.
confident.
What's going
That's
on?
right. No, it'll only take me
You got to
one.
manifest that, bro.
I know. Do you know how hard it is to make a hole-in-one,
I
brother?
have no idea.
I know.
You got
no
this.
idea.
You got
But you
this.
get 5 tries.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
want to pay you 500 each.
Yeah.
How far is that?
I don't know, we'll
164
probably-
yards.
164 yards.
You
Is
know
that
everything.
doable, JD?
Love it.
We'll scoot it up. We'll scoot. It's not that I
Sitting from the
couldn't do
women's
that.
tees.
I mean, to be honest, we could hit it from the top deck. I'll make the shit. It don't even matter, bro. I'm tired of not acting swagoo-ish.
Yeah. You got to channel your Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
That's the most golf I really know. If
It's
I'm being
the
honest,
worst
fellas.
advice
Oh,
you've
man.
ever given me.
Happy Gilmore. That's all I got.
Is the Coliseum a little bit bigger this year?
It's the same footprint that it has been for about the last 6 years.
Okay. It just feels like it's more, I don't know, look bigger this.
I think
Maybe
if you
because no
take
one's
out
in
all
here.
the people,
Maybe.
the venue,
Yeah.
Maybe. So what's the difference this year? With let's start off with the 16th hole, then we'll move to Bird's Nest and the overall waste management. What's any different from last year to this year that you improved or adding this year?
You know, I think our tournament chairman, Matt Mooney, his whole mission this entire year has been better, not bigger.
Okay.
So you'll see a lot of that across 16th hole in particular, not a ton of change. Within the concert and the Coliseum, and correct me if I'm wrong with that, but with the venue itself, it's tried and true, and I think it's going to give the fans a great place to watch golf.
Yeah, I mean, the concert in the Coliseum, not much has changed as far as, capacity. We're still about 12,000 people. But yeah, during the tournament, I mean, we as the Thunderbirds, and along with TPC and the city, have done a lot of stuff. I mean, we've widened cart paths and sidewalks, any kind of hills that are around congested areas. We've flattened those. We've moved, concession, beer sales away from those kind of pinch points just to make it a safer fan experience. And like Goldman said, the mantra has been, better, not bigger.
Yeah.
And a second entrance. I think that's probably the biggest
I
thing
was
that's
just
changed.
going to ask you, man. Let's just
we
get
got the
to
new
the
entrance.
wonder. Let's
Yeah.
just get to the wonder. Talk about that second entrance.
So the second entrance is going to be a game changer for not only the spectators, but just safety altogether. It will be right at the entrance of the 18th tee box. Everyone's very familiar with walking through the tunnel. That entrance is still our main entrance.
Okay.
But a large portion of the crowd is going to holes 18, 17, and 16. So with that, we opened up this new kind of a secondary entrance and exit that will allow people to get dropped off right around Frank Lloyd Wright. And
Okay.
I think that, and Hayden, and that will allow people to shorten the walk to get into their venues, and I think will create a better fan experience for sure.
Now, when I was, in college, and then, my favorite holes were 16, 17, 18. I pretty much didn't see the golf course until I played it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's become a little touristy if I'm just being biased, right? Yeah. Are there any other places? Because I had a great time on 9 last year. Are there any places that are like, I don't want to say secrets, but like secret places that we can just push some of these people to that way? You know what I mean?
I 1,000%, because I love going out. I think 9 is an unbelievable
9
brand new
was
venue.
a really fun time.
Why is 9 amazing?
Because, well, first of all, I think there was 3 decks, right? If I'm not mistaken, there was at least.
I think
it's
okay,
two.
there was
It's
2
2 decks.
Okay, so I remember the players walking by. You could get super close to the players as they are coming off the practice green. They're going to the first hole. Like they're super up close, and I think just the vibe, whether it was like the catering, whether it was the view of the
vibe was
ninth
cool.
hole.
We had Palm Tree Crew was actually sponsoring that last year.
Okay,
so
dope.
that's Kygo, Ricky Fowler, all those guys. They did a really cool activation, and it was definitely a vibe over there.
Like it was a fun vibe, man.
Yeah,
like it was
very
just
chill.
it still gave that like loose environment of the open. I didn't feel like I was on top of anybody, and it was just fun. Yeah. So are there any other secret
In
spots?
my favorite spot, we are the People's Open, right? And we have an unbelievable spot on the 12th hole, the Taylor Morrison Fairway House. And right behind that, which is all GA, but right behind that is Desert Oasis. We have some amazing food vendors that are out there. My favorite, Little Miss Barbecue, if you guys have ever partaken. They'll be back
Barbecue
this
is
year.
so good, yeah.
It is an unbelievable vibe. You have
Love
good
that.
food. There's music playing. There's good adult beverages flying, and it's close, directly right behind 12, and so you can see a lot of the course and really be a part of the tournament. Which I think is great.
People should explore. There's a lot to see. Lots of
Yes.
cool stuff all around.
Yeah, and there's a difference with the day passes, right?
Yeah.
That's the big one for me. That's going to be a game changer for you guys. Explain how the day passes work this year.
So we're not doing an any day ticket anymore. We used to do a ticket where you could buy it and you could pick any day to go.
Right.
Made it difficult for us to really know when people were going to come. So we could get
Saturday.
flooded on Saturday, of course.
Come on.
But you don't have an exact number. So now there's no more any day pass. It's single days only. They're all digital. So we can really modulate how many tickets we sell,
Makes sense.
which by the way, we've increased the ticket price slightly and reduced the number of tickets we're selling, especially on something like Saturday. So
Yeah.
it'll just be just a better overall crowd experience.
Yes, love that. Now it's your year, Adler. Like the lineup. Which days and which artists do you have coming along for everybody wanting to get their tickets and party afterwards at the Bird's Nest?
So Wednesday is Treaty Oak Revival and Jelly Roll. That is really close to being a sellout. Thursday is Nate Smith and Luke Bryan, and that is sold out. Friday is Josh Ross and Nickelback, and then Saturday is Gordo and Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah.
So as far as excitement on each of the days, I'm excited for every day.
Yeah.
You guys were throwing out what your exciting artist would be if you guys were able to do it, and you guys are spot on for each of us every single year. We get to transition into a different job. This is my year. It's an exciting year for me to be able to pick and choose what I wanted to do within reason of what we are able to put in the space that we have. And, obviously the footprint isn't changing at all. It's still the same Bird's Nest location and where we're at. But it was exciting to go through the process. It's a year-long process. I think I started with John Felix and the rest of the team to perfect and go after the names that we wanted to go after immediately after the Open was over last year.
Yes.
One of the things that most of you guys did say was Calvin Harris. We actually had Calvin in some way, somehow. It didn't work out too well for us. We were ready to announce that, and magically he decided he didn't want to do it. So we pivoted, and I think we've got the best lineup that we can have for this year.
Swedish House is huge.
I mean, I could have texted Calvin. We could have fixed that. I could have been the middleman there, but no.
No, Saturday is going to be a tear up. And our boy, good friend of mine, Vice, is coming back, DJ Vice.
Yeah, Vice has been a near and dear friend of mine for probably 20 years. I've been on a lot of fun runs with him
Yes.
in many different cities. Also here, our group has gotten to know him very well over the years. He's the
family.
best. Yeah, he's in on it with us. He loves this. The whole tournament during the daytime, he'll be at GK Greenskeeper for a little
The
bit.
Greenskeeper is a turn up too.
Yeah.
Valentine, you DJing that too, right? Yeah, DJ Valentine's gonna be there with DJ
we got
Vice.
Val in the mix there
Yeah.
every single day too as well. So
I gotta
It's
tell you,
like
I'm
an
a-
all week, but like it's not just Bird's Nest and things. There's like so many things happening throughout the week.
Everywhere. That's why you got to explore. I got to say though, I watched the Netflix Nickelback documentary on the way back from Dublin yesterday. I'm so pumped about Friday night.
Yeah.
I think that's a sleeper. Nickelback is cool.
They have a story.
The story's crazy.
Yeah.
You got. I recommend anybody watch that Netflix.
Yeah.
But Friday night's gonna be. I'm looking forward to that one.
I'm going to give
Good
it
job, buddy.
maximum effort on Friday.
Maximum effort.
Maximum effort.
What does that mean? What does maximum effort mean?
You don't get to 270 pounds with a little.
How does one become chairman? I think that's a lot of people's wonder for the Thunderbirds in general. You guys are very secretive, man. I'm going to lie. You guys are a little secretive society. Tell us how you become a chairman.
Well, each and every year you get assigned a job from the assistant tournament chairman and the tournament chairman, if you become an assistant of that location, we're sitting on 16. There's probably, I think there's 3 now, right? So there's 2 assistants and then 1 chairman. You're an assistant to be able to understand how the venue ebbs and flows and what goes on with it to then become the chairman. So you've basically, once you're in an assistant role, you're usually there for 2 years, maybe 3 years if it's something like
an
this.
understudy. You're
Exactly. Yep.
Got you.
Right, so-
and then how do you decide who gets it? Like, obviously, they all want it. So
That's the job of the assistant tournament chairman and the chairman. They sit down in a war room and look at everybody based on how many years they have left in the group.
Got you.
What their talents are. I mean, some people are better at golf stuff, some people are better at music stuff, just with personal relationships. Everybody's a business owner, a CEO outside of the Thunderbirds, our day jobs. So, some people are just connected in different ways. So that goes into the consideration as well.
Now, we've been throwing the name Thunderbirds. My big question is, how do you become a Thunderbird? Because we have the Thunderbird. They're like, are they a new rock group?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Next question.
How do you
Maybe we can talk about concert in the Coliseum.
So I think it's an important note. So there's 55 active Thunderbirds.
55.
Yep. And we have...
Is that the limit? Can there only be 55?
Yep, 55
So
since
someone has
1937.
to retire out before you can bring someone in?
Correct.
Got you.
And we retire out. There's an age that you retire out of, and that allows kind of the group to churn and grow. To get into the group is like a really interesting question. I will tell you personally, you don't know that you're getting brought up to be in the group. You can't ask about it. Like, it's not something, and one day you get a phone call and you get asked. And
get asked.
I think a big part of it is what you're doing in the community, right? Our whole goal as the Thunderbirds is to promote sports and charity. And
Yes.
I would say the 55 actives and the 455 men before us were all very active in charity in one way or the other. So it's being people that are like-minded, seeing people, working at St. Mary's Food Bank and on a weekend and helping out, or coaching little league teams, or there's a wider variety. I know like Jason and Mike also do a lot of different charity work around the valley, and I think that's a huge part of it.
So the phone rings and like, got enough of that, you can't refuse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, legitimately.
Yeah, who makes the call? That's
true.
That's a
It
good
might
one.
be our favorite tradition. I mean,
Well-
I would love to share with you, but it is a very cool moment in one's life. Like, I never thought I would ever. I'm born and raised a true Phoenician. This will be my 38th Open that I've been to in a row. Like, I would have never thought that I would be a Thunderbird, and here I am. It's been a great time, and happy to be a part of the group. We're doing amazing things.
Well, you guys raised the most money, I think, right, last year during the Open for charity.
$17.5 million.
I think another wonder that people have is, where's this money going? Like, would you tell us, maybe the biggest organization or the organizations
question.
you choose, but where does that money go?
Well, first I'd like to say that I don't think most people realize that we're a nonprofit, and like everything that every dollar we sell, every ticket, every beer, 100% of that money gets donated to local Phoenix charities the very same year. So we are truly a nonprofit, and I would say it's a very mixed number of charities that we give to, but most benefit, it's all Phoenix based, a lot of women's charities and, homeless and children.
Boys and Girls Club.
But we get a lot of grants, grant requests. We give to a lot of student athletes, youth athletics clubs and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, we have a full-time staff that all year goes through every single, request, and it's not easy. I mean, because there's a lot more that, we'd like to be able to give out. So, the idea of growing the revenue and just being able to have more money to give.
That's how ASU got their NIL money, from the Thunderbirds. That's
right.
why we were so raw this year.
Scatterboo sponsored by the Thunderbirds.
That's fake news.
That's fake news.
That is fake news. But it is pretty interesting. I mean, it could be as close as like a Taekwondo studio that needs money for their kids. I mean, it's just not particular to golf. I think something that's also pretty important, every men and women's high school golf team gets sponsored by the Thunderbirds. So we have that portion of it, but we also sponsor, little leagues all around the state.
Yep.
It's amazing the items that we get to be able to help the community with. And God, we all know the community needs, it's interesting times we live in. So any bit we can give back to help it goes a long way.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say, but internally we have a Thunderbird match program. So if any Thunderbird wants to make a donation up to a certain dollar amount to something that is near and dear to their hearts that maybe we're not already touching, Thunderbirds will match it 100%. Wow. So that helps us, kind of find out some new new groups that are maybe a little bit underserved or that, maybe are just specifically near and dear to someone's heart.
Right. And a lot of things happen. My gosh.
Yeah, no, I love it.
We're all excited about it. Sienna, what are you which night are you excited about?
You got to be excited about concert in the Coliseum.
Okay, then I'll go with that.
I heard you drop.
You bullied me into saying that. But okay.
Yes, I did. I'm sorry. I heard you dropping some. Your favorite would have been concert at the Coliseum would have been Thomas Rhett. So I got to say that 4 years ago.
That was producer Jules.
Oh, that
so
was
yes.
Jules. I'm sorry, Jules. My bad. So somebody said it. I was behind that poll. Yeah. So we had Thomas Rhett our inaugural year of concert in the Coliseum, which was 4 years ago, right? And the chairman at the time was Dr. Michael Golding, who's still a very active person in our group. But this year we've got Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton, and that for me is something that we've been wanting to do for a long time. What are we doing?
Describe. I mean, we're sitting on 16, but this is exactly
I'm getting cues here.
says,
Sorry,
so.
not used to this. So yeah, I guess
That's actually going to be here. They're performing right here.
Oh,
It's right in the
right
middle
here.
from the tee boxes to the green. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's going to be, obviously lawn tickets and things that'll come up for sale limited. We've also got a few tickets left in our platinum seating. Go on the website, wmphoenixopen.com, click on Concert in the Coliseum. Great seats available still, and it's unlimited food and drink, and then we throw a pretty badass after party at the Princess right after. So
Nice.
I'm excited about that. You should be too. Hope to see you guys out there.
Yeah, no, I mean, we came last year and we saw Post Malone, so I'm sure it's just going to be better this year, It's just always better.
For sure.
Yeah. Would you rather have a beer with Blake or Gwen?
Blake.
Blake?
Blake.
Really?
So I went through a
Wow.
huge Blake Shelton phase. I loved Blake Shelton. I would always call him Big Daddy Blake.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure Gwen would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey, Gwen, just coming after your man.
I love me some Blake Shelton, but Gwen Stefani would just be so dope to see because I've never seen her live. I've seen Blake Shelton a couple of times, but I would absolutely what I'm blanking on it. What is it called when you shotgun? I would shotgun a beer with
Dang.
Blake Shelton.
With Blake Shelton. That would be
And then
epic.
tequila shots with Gwen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Call him
Yeah.
Big Daddy Blake and take a shotgun with
Probably
him.
not in front of Gwen Stefani,
Yeah.
but
Or her
Never know.
husband.
or my husband. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Wow,
Whoops.
just got messy. And he's a big Cardinal fan, so maybe
He
Blake
is.
might be rolling with some of the Cards, man. I'm a big Cardinal fan,
Eyes
so
up.
There might be a few surprises. We'll have to just wait and see.
really.
What if he wanted to be a Thunderbird? How's that work?
Oof, wait, he'd have to go through the vetting process, so we'll see. But first and foremost, he doesn't live here in Arizona, so.
Oh, you have to live here.
Live here. Okay.
Where
that
does
makes
he
sense.
live?
I don't know.
Nashville,
He's
probably.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Blake, do better.
Come on, man. For real, I mean, another one of my wonders here. I mean, we're on the 16th hole. This is the greatest place of all time. I mean, this is like Christmas to me, guys. I'm looking around at the suites. How much are one of these things going for? Is there a waiting list for a suite?
We have over 700 businesses on the current wait list, which is pretty
700
Waiting.
businesses.
We happen to
on
be
the wait
sitting in
list.
his actual private suite here for his company.
This is our spot right here.
This is your
wow.
Is this where you plug your company?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And your company is?
Wow. Great question. That's right. I think it varies. Each suite definitely varies. It can go, into the $300,000 to $400,000 range for some sponsorships that we have up on the third and second levels of the mezzanine.
What does $300,000 give you? Like what?
Yeah, so you're
gonna
gonna get a suite. You're also gonna get an area which you'll see in the second and third stories that you can do some activations for your company.
Okay.
Which will be great. We've had some video gaming companies that did it a few years ago. We've had Howard Hughes has been a great sponsor as well. But it allows you to have a lot of people in one specific area and basically digest your brand, which is great.
Gotcha.
This is where deals get done, bro.
Yeah.
Right. This is a great hole. This is a great networking hole. It's a great spectacle. I mean, this is like one of the all-timer great spectacles in sport. In my opinion, that's just like me, obviously being a geeky golfer, but just me being a sports fan, I know how iconic it is. So, but to have a 700 business wait list,
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, that's wild.
I mean,
Is that norm?
We've been on that wait list now roughly for years. COVID obviously kind of took a moment to hit Control-Alt-Delete, if you will, and since that moment, it's really skyrocketed. And I think Jason and I, just on the drive over here today, we're talking how drastically the tournament has changed over the last 5 years, but I would say even in the last 10 years. I mean, so much has happened, right? We created new venues. We want to just keep getting bigger and better. Obviously, having a concert in the Coliseum, no one would have ever thought about building a concert on a golf hole. Like that just didn't happen. And, Flattery is great. We're seeing other golf tournaments now are starting to adopt kind of what we've started. We've created now number 9, which we talked about, which has an amazing vibe. So I think it's a place where people realize that golf is just not for the stuffy, world. Like we're kind of being able to blend this very fun, energetic new fan with the old school, and it's been a great thing to watch for sure.
Like CNN Big Daddy Blake.
I was just about to say, well, speaking of the fun here, I feel like a lot of people have too much of a good time, if you know what I'm saying. So what's like the craziest thing, or I don't know if you've had to like deal with people like acting like idiots. What's the craziest thing you've dealt with here on the
Nothing
16th hole?
worse than the Eagles guy. I don't know. Did you guys see the Eagles fan that was just berating the woman, the Packer fan?
Oh, yeah, no, that's I mean,
so by the way, like I always love, like we get some interesting stories, and like nothing like that happens.
Yeah,
at
I
our
just saw the
tournament.
breaking news. He got fired from his job.
That is great. He should.
as he should.
He
Yeah.
should.
It doesn't take much.
I think it's most of the time. I think people are just out here having a good time. It's pretty harmless. We had a conversation actually with the city of Boston not that long ago, last year, and their college day that they have for the Red Sox averages 87 arrests per game.
That's no surprise.
Boston Red Sox college night. While here, over a 4-day period, we had way less.
Right.
So I want to make sure that's a pretty clear statement that, TikTok and Instagram, and you'll see some kind of interesting videos. It's not as crazy as some people make it out to be, but I think generally speaking, the fun times is trying to watch people like they lose their friends, and then you see
It's like, where's JD going? He's streaking.
what happened?
There you go.
Well,
Like every year there's a
Well,
streaker.
we've seen streakers, but I can tell you the weirdest thing I saw. I guess we're allowed to talk a little shit on here, right?
Yeah.
Legitimately, I saw someone using the bathroom, and not the porta potty, but just squatting on a hill behind a
I'm
tree.
not surprised
So
by
I want
any
to tell
of
everybody
that,
there's
man.
lots of facilities around here, so make sure you do that. Also,
We are
just
sponsored by WM.
Yeah.
Literally sponsored by Waste Management.
yeah,
Potties.
no need to go behind a tree, and
Yeah.
stay hydrated, and you won't get too drunk and get arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
It's called the waste management. Yeah.
No, I love the better not bigger. I love that. That's such
We
a
do too.
great slogan, because I do feel like it is the People's Open, and you do have 500,000 people that show up on these days, and it is that spectacle. But yes, that filters out people just thinking that you just come here to wild out. That's not what this tournament is. Even the people that have been coming here for their whole lives, like this is where you have fun. You don't like do dumb shit here. Like that is super frowned upon. Like the people that streak, that's weird as fuck to me.
Yeah,
you know
you
what
should
I mean?
treat everybody
Like,
with respect. I mean, just not only the people who are volunteering here and working here, but each other. It's a great time, and there's no reason to be entitled and act like a jerk. You can have a good time out here.
Isn't there like an early morning every year? There's like people here like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
When the gates open,
Yeah.
like it's Disneyland.
Yeah, they do.
Are there
It
any
has a
changes
name
to that?
it.
Like,
What is
or
it called?
yeah,
Book it over here. Yeah.
It's the walk to 16.
Yeah.
it's the walk to
The walk to
16.
16.
Yeah.
We've over the years really kind of changed that up to be. We've worked actually with some of the big cities that do marathons, so the staging is more like a marathon staging. So it's not just a big release all at once.
Yeah.
And of course, we want people to get there quick because they're trying to take these
GA
seats that are
seats in
GA
the back
seats,
of the
right?
green,
So
yeah.
it's first come first serve. But we're encouraging them not to run, just to walk quickly.
Speed walk.
Speed walk.
And I think something that's also, and that's like part of the fun, right? But I think something that would, I look back at it now. Last year was interesting, right? The weather wasn't our friend. We got some interesting press behind it. But I think what's most important, and kind of what I wanted to circle back to, is that this just isn't a golf tournament. Like the city and the state, city of Scottsdale, Phoenix, Maricopa County, and the state of Arizona, like this is, like we pride ourselves on this event. Like this is what we show ourselves to the community. And there was some interesting media that came out, and within seconds, we had city officials, we had the largest companies like backing us and saying like, hey, we have you. And so much so that we're already sold out again. Like there were some questions like, how will people react? And the city has like really put their arms around us. And I think it just shows like the great things that we do and the support we have for the community. Like this just isn't the WM Phoenix Open. I mean, this is as being a local Phoenician and from Arizona, like we hang our hat on this. This is like our prize jewel, and the whole country looks at us that weekend every year.
It goes without saying, people know. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like the people that don't know are the people you're describing. You know what I'm saying? Because the real people that thoroughly enjoy this tournament, that like almost goes without saying. They know.
And it's not going to rain this year.
Talk that shit.
It's not going to rain.
If there's always been a semi-sprinkle, but this year, not going to happen.
72 and sunny.
72 and
Exact weather we're in. I take this every day.
Yeah, this would be nice.
Yeah, this would be perfect right here. Well, thank you guys for all the insight. We know there were some changes this year. I love it. Better, not bigger. I love that. It's like the theme of the year. I mean, we're moving from buildings, and they're putting us in a smaller building. It's a better building.
Yes.
A lot smaller
Yes.
than what we're used to. But they actually sold our building, so we're moving in the next couple of months. So I think that's our theme too, right?
Yes,
That's great.
Absolutely.
Better, not bigger.
Professional. That's my dog. That's my dog.
Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. All the details we'll post up. We will be giving tickets out on the show.
Yes.
Leading up to it. We're all looking forward to it. And congratulations with this year, Adler,
Thank you.
man.
Thank you. Looking
Look
forward to
it.
Soak it up, man. Slow down. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
it.
enjoy it.
One day at a
Feels like
time.
it's a wedding day. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, these two have absolutely killed it. It's going to be an unbelievable show.
Well, I can't wait to see you Friday. You turn it up.
Yeah, dude, you'll see it, bud.
Full effort.
Maximum effort.
Maximum effort. And we're going to get, is it Jules?
Yeah.
You're coming to the 16 on us. So.
Oh, snap. Let's go.
It's the After Mess Podcast, Morning Mess, Thunderbirds. We will see you at the Bird's Nest and 16th hole, 18th, 9th hole. We'll be here the whole week, all right? See you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The Aftermess.